Yo, so what is up, guys? So, as I stated, in my previous Zinedine Zidane video, Massimiliano Allegri and now Antonio Conte are rumored to be one of the top managers that Real Madrid are looking to get if Zinedine Zidane walks away. Zinedine Zidane, I forgot to mention this, will be making a decision coming up soon. What sucks with that decision is that Zinedine Zidane, at first it was reported that Zinedine Zidane wanted 3 days or 72 hours to come up with a decision, but then he said, I want a full week. So we probably, as Real Madrid fans, probably won't get that decision of him either walking away, even though it's a 95%, that he will walk away, 5% that he'll stay. We're just waiting for the official word. But if he does, Massimiliano Allegri, who I already discussed on my channel, and Antonio Conte are the two candidates to take over Real Madrid. This is more of an Antonio Conte video than it is a Massimiliano Allegri video, because I've already discussed Massimiliano Allegri. The only nugget that I'll be discussing about Massimiliano Allegri is that Juventus, funny enough, Juventus wants his services yet again. He's being offered a second stint, so I think that would be the only roadblock. If his patience wears thin on if Zinedine Zidane keeps on keeps on what's the saying here? Keeps on delaying his decision, then I think Massimiliano Allegri is going to be what, if this guy isn't going to make a decision soon, even though this is probably one of the best jobs that I want to have in the market, I'm just going to go back to Juventus. Bada bing, bada boom, call it a day. So that's the only thing is that I'm afraid of, is that Massimiliano Allegri has a chance, depending on if Andrea Pirlo, I think is the manager of Juventus, if he is sacked, then Massimiliano Allegri would be the main man to take that job. And unfortunately, like I said, Zinedine Zidane has not come to a decision just yet. So if Allegri's patience wears thin and he doesn't want to be unemployed for another few days, then he would go ahead, take that job, and then Real Madrid will be stuck with Antonio Conte, who I will be discussing here in a few seconds. So we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, Zinedine Zidane, unfortunately, we probably, like I said, 95% walks away, 5% he stays. There's always that small percentage that he stays, and I'm being generous, giving him a 5%. Let me know if I'm being too generous or not generous at all. Do you think that Zinedine Zidane has like a bigger chance of staying? Let me know in the comments. So let's go ahead and let's talk about Antonio Conte. So earlier when I was asleep, so I'm gonna say around midnight, throughout the night, there were reports saying that Antonio Conte, if he were to be, to leave Inter, he is interested he would be interested in the Real Madrid job. And I remember I was on the phone with a friend and that notification dropped, and I was cursing. I was I was yelling, no. I remember obviously I said other things, but I was like, because I'm trying to censor this, I was like, no, because here's the thing. Antonio Conte, you're gonna say, well, didn't he, just win a championship with Inter? But here's the thing: he's too up and down. He has more losing seasons than winning seasons. Well, you're gonna say he was able to give, he was able to get Juventus back in the early from 2010 to 2012, I think I read, or something like that, from mediocrity. He got Juventus three Italian Serie A championships, but And he also gave Chelsea, I think, a championship, a Premier League championship. But that's it. And a lot, when but there's also a lot of bad with Antonio Conte as well, and that is that he would flip flop between. He's more of a defensive coach or manager, is what I saw. And this is what I saw in the game that Inter played with Real Madrid this season as well. Is that he is more of a defensive-minded manager. His preferred lineup is either 3-5-2 or 5-3-2. Which I'm sorry, but right now, correct me if I'm wrong, Real Madrid needs to rebuild their backside, their defense. So I think that, this Antonio Conte is probably going to have to focus on the offensive side. Unfortunately, like I said, Real Madrid's offensive side is just a tad, it's not too much, not much better, but just a tad better than the defense. So I think, Antonio Conte will not, fit here at Real Madrid. A, because he's more of a defensive-minded manager. He did get some good out of, I gotta give him credit though, is that, his formations, either the 3-5-2, the 5-3-2, the 4-1-4-1, what other formations does he use? The 4-2-4, the interesting, I think it was an interesting, he had like an interesting, I think it was like a 2-5-3 or something like that. Some of his tactics or some of his lineups would help out, would crowd out that midfield, which Real Madrid, that is the strongest point. But he's more of, he leans more towards defense. And right now, Real Madrid needs to rebuild that. And I don't think Antonio Conte is that guy. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Right now, it needs to rebuild, and he's not a rebuilding, guy. He is not. He is a manager that needs to have all the pieces in mind, all the pieces in place to have success. In my opinion, of course. So, and like I said, also what he has is losing seasons. He does have a lot more losing seasons. Another one that comes to mind, this year, aside from the Italian Serie A, winning that, he was knocked out. He was knocked out of the staging groups of the Champions League, and he also did not make it to the Europa League this year. And then the year prior, the 2019-2020 season, he got knocked out of the group stage of the Champions League, had the Europa League spot, but lost in the finals against Sevilla. So, he really doesn't know how to win. Like I said, he does have championships here and there, but he's not consistent at all. And Real Madrid, if anything, if this season, is anything to go by, Real Madrid needs consistency, period. So I think that Antonio Conte would be a bad choice. I know that it's his dream job, but I don't think Florentino Perez should, unless, he climbs up that as well. I don't think Florentino Perez should, entertain that idea at all, because Real Madrid doesn't need that at the present moment. They need to win now, and I think if Massimiliano Allegri is here, then they're obviously in win now mode. He's going to be able to rebuild. Because here's the thing, Antonio Conte also, with Chelsea, he got sacked when he missed a Champions League spot. He missed the Champions League spot, went 5th place, and then he got sacked. That's another thing, is that if Real Madrid, gets to 3rd or 4th place and don't win any trophies, he's done. I think Florentino Perez is going to pull that plug. So that is my take for Antonio Conte. So let me know what you guys think about the Antonio Conte rumors. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see. Zinedine Zidane has not made his decision. Who do you guys think would fit best? Do you guys think that I'm not giving credit? Should I give more credit to Antonio Conte? Is there something that I missed regarding Antonio Conte? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you guys think? Are you guys with me with the Massimiliano Allegri assessment? So, alright guys, that'll do it for this video. If you like Real Madrid and European soccer content, give me a subscribe. Share the video with your friends and family. Comment, select your thoughts. Give me a like. Turn on post notifications. Next up, some contract extensions, and we welcome in a new face for a new player who should be presented to Real Madrid in the next coming days. That's what's coming up next.